Bienvenido de nueve críticos y fracasos. Esta es Critical Fail, es mazmorras y dragones de podcast, donde jugamos quinta edición D&D y la compartimos con usted. Pensé que iba a ver cómo se traduce Google. Hice para que mi suceda esta introducción un poco. Eso combinado con 2 años de secundario español realmente me jaque mundaña. Este episodio es traído a usted por Matt, el acrílico sistema de red de 1 pulgada que nos hackemos a nosotros mismos es compatible directamente con nosotros, así que por favor, por el amor de Dios, solo compramos el gruños. Ahora estamos encantados de traer el episodio que es uno de mis favoritos, le mayore, Critical Fail, episodio 32, Meet Shakey. Sorry to anyone who actually speaks Spanish. All right, so yeah, you say hello. She like nods at you. She says, in Dwarven, are you living?
We are all living. The 3 of us.
Very good. She says, all right, you are Dwarven. Why have you brought your friends here?
This place has been fouled by evil, and we are simply trying to make our way out.
Are you here to escape or here to fix what has become of this once great city?
I hadn't actually thought of it.
She says, please, I'm sorry, I'm being rude. She says, I am Mavira Granitefoot. I am the doctor here. She says, I would shake your hand, but...
What are they saying? So, the short guy said to the ghost that he's not quite sure what we're doing here, and she wants to know why we're not dwarves. That's what I've got so far.
Okay. And she's aware she's a ghost, by the way.
And she's fabulous.
You're not worthy. Yeah, well, I explained that, we're definitely looking to hunt down whatever is causing the evil in this area and start with the head. Go to the top, find the top. And to do that, what's happening here was brought on by something outside of the city.
She says, that's very, very intuitive of you. She says, are you familiar with the mage that's been haunting these parts?
My friend, who only speaks common, evidently, actually
the lady just said something about a mage.
Actually,
I saw the dwarf gesturing to me.
He unfortunately fell for one of her traps and had a small piece of finger cut off.
Not the mage of the tower, a different mage, warlock.
Warlock? Well, that's not a mage at all.
No, well...
But do we know this information?
Yeah. Tell us about this mage.
What did he say?
Nothing worthwhile.
Oh, okay.
There's a, she says, I stay here. This is my universe.
Domain.
And she says, I stay here until I'm no longer needed, and those still need me. But once in a while, passing off in the distance, there have been rumors amongst my kind of someone, a human who does not belong here and casts spells and is carrying various artifacts of magics and seems to be toying with a place that's better left untoiled. And also to the point of clearing this place out. I have no assumption that even a great warrior such as yourself and these two could clear this place out, or could I have no assumptions that you guys could clear this place out, but I do hope that by the time you make your way out of here, should you survive, you find the desecration here worthy of vengeance.
Well, tell you a little something about Thornton Brewforge.
Yeah. She's like, is that you?
That's me.
Oh, okay.
I think I heard his name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
First off, I have vowed vengeance upon the evil that is in this area.
He's pretending to be a badass.
Secondly, I'm almost level 5.
Can I give Matt my inspiration point?
Yes, you can. You can give Matt your inspiration point if you'd like.
I'll take it. I'm taking it.
Oh, that was too good. That was too good.
Because there's no way I would have given him one for that.
That was too good.
So I feel like if this mage has anything to do with the other mage that took this guy's finger, we should probably kill her too.
I do not know much about the Lady of the Tower, she says. However, the goblins and their kin and this mage and the monsters they brought with them are an abomination to this place. So do what you can, but live.
I agree with everything you've just said here.
Is there anything I can help you with?
I do have questions. Now, when you say the mage of the tower, is this the tower that we came from the bottom up?
Yeah.
To let you know, first off, we're heading that direction. We didn't come
from the other direction, so I assumed you came.
So that's an out, though, right, eventually?
The way you're going?
Yeah.
Yeah, north is out, yes.
Okay.
But it will be harder before it gets easier.
Well, that's just the dwarven life.
Welcome to Morgania.
Right. Giggity. When you speak of the Mage of the Tower, is it the tower that we just ascended to get to the staging area?
Yes.
So she's somewhere in there?
I've never seen the Mage of the Tower. We've just heard reports of statues and you know, a woman's voice once in a while and whatever, and we assume...
You don't have to worry about those statues anymore. Let me tell you.
Okay. She says, I do not travel down there, but again, those of my kind have occasionally whispered in my ear about the kind of things that have made up that place.
Are there other living dwarves still dwelling in this area?
Define living.
Well, have not died.
No, there are no mortal dwarves.
So you're dealing with the lost souls.
Yes.
Trapped in this place.
She says, as I said, I will stay. A good doctor never abandons her patients, and I will be here as long as they need me.
Apparently, there's more ghosts, and they're talking about the lady that stole your fingertip. Maybe she would know something about those effigies. Are they in your bag?
Oh, good thinking.
There you go. Do you speak common?
I do not.
And
Rod. I say that in common though.
Yeah. That translates to shit.
Considering that she's an abomination and to knock her over, it did cross my mind.
Although intangible things are way harder to knock over.
A lot more difficult, yes.
You're just working on your plan. You turn around and Urus in a 3-point stance looking really hard at her.
Like a quarterback ready to...
So let's back up. So were you going to do something with the effigies?
Yes, I'm going to start pulling those out and setting them up on the floor.
I'm going to explain to her how we came about them.
Okay, so as he's setting out these dolls, you say what to her?
I say, we came across an evil being that was making these effigies for an unknown reason. We were just a bit too strong, killed it too quick before it could explain anything. Do you know anything about these? Perhaps we should, I don't know, stop carrying them around or figure out what we're doing with them?
I know little of the black arts. In the same way that I would not sully my tongue with the common tongue, I would not sully my soul with the unholy practices of the hells. But I will say that these do not... I have grown sensitive to such things since my passing, and I do not feel any sort of danger from these. They look crudely made. They do not appear to be imbibed with any kind of magic.
So it was more an act of affection than it was an attempt at magic.
Possibly. She says the only other thing that I really know about the tower is that we had kind of come to the hypothesis that it was some sort of testing ground, though it makes no sense since nothing comes to us from above, and we have no idea of how one would get access to it from below. Nevertheless, occasionally specters and things have been passing into the beyond from there for a while.
That's just my guess. We're the first ones who've been able to make it up to here.
I cannot recall any others. Thornton turns around and is like,
High
and you
five.
don't know why.
He knows. This guy.
I do know.
But he still doesn't high five me because
He doesn't know what that. Because he doesn't know what that means. He's like,
He just does this.
so,
I don't quite know what you're going for.
Now, would the bard high five me just to high five, though?
Debatable.
Okay.
Right now, as far as I've been able to put it together, you've proposed to this lady after she's told you her life story.
That's incorrect, but continue.
Okay.
I like the
And
story of it.
You were describing your children together.
Okay. So, what are you doing?
just fucking things up a little bit.
I see that. Okay, so basically, the lady in the mage tower lady.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. She apparently doesn't live in the tower, I'm guessing? Or there has been no reports of her actually physically being in the tower?
Okay.
In which tower? The tower that
tower
she
we
was
just
in? or
left.
Okay.
So real fast.
Yeah.
Would we know that her name is actually Ipa Marie, even though you keep telling us that?
It was on the piece of paper, wasn't it?
There was a couple indications. Also, the
The thank you note for your finger had her name on
Yep.
it, didn't it?
Oh.
at least that
Oh, it did.
happened.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
There was numerous other things that the DM wasn't allowed to do that he had planned, but that one did happen.
Okay. So I remember there being a name there.
yeah. I was. Yeah.
All right. So I
Yeah. You can probably pull out the note that you probably kept and be like,
I explained to him
Well,
to an extent
I wrote it down, but I didn't.
yeah.
the things that happened.
I wasn't sure
also
if we actually knew it or you just said it.
Yeah.
So
I will explain to her that it does take a strong dwarven ale to get common out of my mouth most days. As well.
can I interject here and say that he's lying?
Absolutely. Yeah. Tactful as ever. What do you say?
Just that he's lying. He talks to me all the time in common, but in dwarvish to her.
Well, times have been changing. I've been here for a long time.
Worthy of dwarven.
She kind of goes. You see this look on her face that you've seen on Thornton's face quite often, you know, and it's just like.
That makes
She's
sense.
a bitch.
Dude.
She doesn't think I should be using their language.
She says, "I am impressed with your control over our tongue, my son."
I'm not your son. I have no parents.
What about the wolves?
You've tongue-tied the ghost. She just kind of like looks back to Thornton
And back to Thornton.
and she says, "Is there anything else?" She says, "I have rounds to do."
Is there anything part of your rounds that we can assist with?
She says, "Perhaps." She says, "It's been quite some time since I've been able to make it over to the crypt." She says, "If you make it that way, you will not be able to enter. But if you do, perhaps you could bring a message to those good folks and tell them that I am still here, should they need me, and that perhaps to take your visit as a sign of things changing here, and that perhaps the desecration of this place is to end.
There.
And perhaps I have misspoken when I say you may not enter, but it would be incredibly dangerous for you to do so from last time I went there."
So,
She says, perhaps, so again, bring them a message
I
of,
would be glad to deliver a message. That way is certainly along the way easy enough for us to get through. So I would be happy to pop my head in there and just kind of, let them know what's up.
very good. She says, the only other thing that Otherwise, I will take care of things here. This is my job and my post, and I will maintain it for as long as possible.
She wants us to go to the crypt.
Something has recently set up posts over yonder, the campfire.
Yeah, we noticed that on our way through.
I can't even make it that far currently, but you know.
Well, I'm sure we'll inspect it.
Watch yourself. Yes.
Yeah, I've got my trusty hammer here.
Very good.
I'll go ahead and inspect.
It's a fine hammer.
Brand new trusty hammer.
And she gives you a wink, like a.
So, is there a note that does she give me, or is it just verbal? Like
just verbal.
Just
they were flirting.
Wouldn't be much.
If
of a
you need
point.
me, head this way.
Yeah.
I also say, I just noticed on this map, underneath the crypt, it says, advise for dwarves in need.
Advice.
Yep.
Did I spell it right? Yeah.
Cool. Well, I don't see it, I don't.
Or add Weiss if it's
I guess
you.
my last question would be, are there any items for physical healing that are no longer necessary for your craft?
Everything went bad over a century ago.
Perfect.
You're asking, she said, though, I suppose perhaps if you are in need and you come back here, I could advise you in if there's something that
Like
maybe a bone that needs to be set. No, a bone.
Oh.
Would you? Oh, train us. She said, no. She said, and I have never possessed a body, though I've heard that it's possible to do, but quite painful for both parties. She said, but if you do come back here.
Okay.
You're kind of like opening. She's like, I haven't thought of this stuff before. Like a DM. But she's like, yeah, if you come back here, I could advise you if something seriously medically goes wrong. Though I'm not sure how much aid. Though I will say that this is a safe haven. The goblins do not come here.
Excellent. I'm guessing the demolitions building was not so lucky.
That was more of a natural consequence. Self-fulfilling punishment.
That was...
Problems took care of themselves.
Yeah. That was a little natural selection.
Yeah. Fortunately, they breed very quickly.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, I don't think we have anything else to do here. We'll certainly head that direction. I'm curious of the rest of the mine, and I'd be happy to deliver a message to you.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
And certainly
Thornton.
anything we encounter, we're going to eliminate to help unsully this great town.
I have no doubt that you will make the Brewforge name and those of Ula proud.
Heck yeah.
She's like, fuck yeah. You're like, and she's like,
And it's just...
yeah, no, absolutely. Very cool.
Right.
Okay. So she will just kind of like turn and float back, down the corridor. You guys can explore it more if you want to.
I'm good. I don't know if you guys need to. She kind of told us that there's nothing good left in there.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I asked her. Oh, yeah. I say in common, there's nothing of physical healing left here. It's been too many centuries since this.
But is there anything of sexual healing?
She just went down the hall.
I'm a second away from playing like some kind of love ballad for you guys.
Yeah.
She did say that it is a safe haven, though, from the goblins, in case we are ever in need.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah, so I say we head our way out.
Head towards the crypt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we want to be a little more strategic on how we get to the crypt. I'd like to explore that fire and see what's happening there.
So do you guys head north at all, or do you head straight towards the fire, which is now east-southeast?
Head towards the fire?
Let's go see what's at the fire.
Okay.
Sorry, it's completely off topic.
That's okay. What's up? No, that's fine.
What's the potion that you gave us that makes you, like, ghostly?
Etherealness?
Ethereal?
The theory being that it's either makes you ghostly or protects you against ghostly things, but the current theory that Thornton gave was that it makes you ethereal.
Yeah.
Ethereal.
So the Boggs is following us, as well as I'm gonna screw this up right there.
That's...
No, I lost it.
Oh, boy.
Gem Uasiki Karot.
Gamuso something.
That's an awesome name.
Gemusu Karote.
Perfect. That's what we're calling you from here on out.
Game of Sucrose.
We're going to call you Game.
I
I'm gonna call him
probably
Game of
didn't say it right, but I said it with confidence.
There you go.
Right.
Yep, that's the complete world of difference there.
That's
Having a
happy.
mediocre time.
You're happy. You're good.
I'm
You're resilient.
No, still good.
All right. So we're gonna play a few more minutes, and then we'll eat our food as we talk to the chat and hang out in a
Yeah.
bit. But so let's see. You guys are heading towards the fire.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna make our way towards the fire. I'm going to be as quiet as possible.
Still light sourcing.
Yes, but
Okay.
I'm gonna try and put my hand over the rock so it's just shining down.
Very good. Okay, you guys make your way towards the campfire. As you get close, something over there clearly notices you, but doesn't move. And it's sitting there, let's say on the south side of the fire. And you guys are heading from the west. Yep. And you can go ahead and put yourself there, maybe six squares away. There's nothing immediately threatening, but as you get close, you can't help but realize that it is definitely a goblin. I do not have goblin tokens, but whatever. Goblin is sitting there.
So he's already seen the.
Goblin-ish.
Has he
Yeah,
just
close
seen the dwarf, or has he seen all three of us?
I'm imagining he's seen a silhouette.
He's
of
more
the
likely
dwarf.
seeing the your guys' feet kind of moving from the light spell.
Can
And
I try to stealth up?
goblins. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to rob you of that. So why don't you make a stealth check? Goblins, I'm almost sure have night vision. Chat maybe can back me up on that, but so if. Yeah. Would you roll?
16.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, yeah, man. As is your style. 1 minute you're with the party.
Just drop off
1
the
minute
bat.
you're not. And tell me where you want to go. But I'm just gonna put you over here for now.
Yeah.
And say that as far
just hook around a little bit.
yeah, wherever you want to go. As far as you.
So I need to like here-ish. Because
Sure.
I'm gonna try to keep in line with them, as
Yep.
obviously those two know where they're going.
Yep. I mean, yeah, and I'm even gonna meta it a little bit and say that you have an instinct as far as how far. People, things with night vision or dark vision can see, and so you're kind of staying outside of that. But you've got the advantage of where it is. Perhaps you can make out its shape now that you're closer with the fire. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
yeah. You're and you're definitely within a shooting distance, probably.
So,
Just what? Yeah.
All right, Mooligs. Yeah.
none of us talk Goblin.
no.
Okay, so I guess Common's as close as I'm going to get. Unless, is there any reason I would believe he might know Dwarven for being in this area?
Possibly. Goblins. Yeah, it's very possible.
More likely to know Common?
50-50.
50-50?
What about gnomish?
I think the bard's
Probably not.
actually going to speak up here,
Okay.
considering he's probably heard goblin voices before.
Sure. Do you know Goblin?
I do not.
Okay.
But I can still speak in goblin, pretending that I'm practicing my common.
So is this like the racist kind of like,
Yeah,
It's like-
kinda-
Yeehaw, Tinka Pika?
It's
Is
like,
that kind of what you're doing?
well, using the accent. to
Miso,
transform-
Nito, Leo. Is that kind of...
Maybe.
I think I look at it more like when in Finding Nemo when they're like, hello.
Don't worry, I speak whale.
That's what it's like.
Yes.
Make
yes,
your balls
exactly.
check. Let's see your...
Let's give it a shot here. Performance.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Let's see,
18.
18 plus performance is so it's another 6. Yeah. Yes.
You're proficient in performance.
All right, well,
Proficient in
24.
performance, and I get a charisma of 4. So.
That's awesome.
I would love to hear what that sounds like.
Yes.
On the spot.
I like it.
Hey. Are you in watch?
Yeah.
Time for the goblin.
Yeah. Whatever they sound like.
In common, it responds, me not on watch. Fuck off or come over here and kill me. Fucking don't care. Shakey no care.
That is a foul goblin.
That's why I put the explicit tag on our iTunes uploads. Because eventually I knew this character was going to be here.
Okay.
All of our followers.
It's don't know if I appreciate the language here happening.
Well, he did court him and...
Curious, yeah.
He did mock him.
Yeah.
But he got a ridiculous roll out of it.
He did. The fact that he understood him at all was achieved by this ridiculous roll. I don't even know how to justify that, but I was like, well, the roll was good enough, so... But yeah, so he appears to be he's got like a rat on his stick, and he's kind of slowly spinning it over the fire. Kind of smells good, considering everything you've been through.
I'm curious about this one because it seems to be smarter than the most.
Why is he so damn aggressive?
Well,
Goblin.
it is a goblin.
Yeah, but... I mean, he knows there's 3 of us, I'm guessing.
Well, he didn't say, I'm going to mess you up. He said, leave me alone or come over here and kill me, I don't care.
Snuck away.
Oh, right.
Which is why I'm not part of this conversation right now.
I'm sure you can hear it. It's not that many squares.
Yeah. He can hear, he's just not chiming in.
I'm going to ask him without trying to pretend that I know what I'm talking about. Why he's so intent on us killing him? Or why he thinks we're going to kill him?
I'm going to answer that question in 1 second. First, I want to read something for Matt and the rest of you. That's from the Monsters Manual. Just a little bit of flavor text they have on goblins.
Okay.
It says,
this is my first serious D&D campaign.
Yeah, no, and it's just fun.
I know of goblins from other places.
Yeah, and little green angry things.
They're
almost
a-holes and
always
tinkerers.
evil. Yeah, but it says, if you want soldiers or thugs, hire hobgoblins. If you want someone clubbed to death in their sleep, hire bugbears. If you want mean little fools, hire goblins.
So this is a mean little fool.
Yeah.
So he's just not smart enough to know that we're going to beat the ever-living hell out of
Or he
him if he
doesn't
tries to a carrot.
Or he already knows that we're going to.
So,
why?
So in answer to your question, he looks at you and he's like, me hates you and hates the stinking elves and humans and ugly, stupid dwarfs. Hates all of you, but hates hobgoblins and bugbears more. Will not die by goblin hand. Fuck goblins. Hates men, but hates them less, so kill me. And sadness and rage. I think I can talk like that for a while. That's good.
Yeah.
So I ask,
Hopefully that translates into the internet.
What are you doing down here?
Waiting to die.
Can I sneak up a bit further while this conversation's
yeah.
going on? Do I have to re-roll?
No, just put yourself wherever.
Okay. Move a little bit closer.
You're stealthy enough.
We'll go here now.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he just kind of looks at you. You guys haven't moved any closer, so I won't give you any more detail. Oh, you're behind him. But
I can't really see other than the fire in his body.
So you're seeing a silhouette.
Yeah.
So if he's down here waiting to die, I'm trying to get into the psychology of the goblin.
Should we just shallower?
Should we just help him?
That's kind of what I'm curious about. What bugbears and other stuff are you talking about?
he gestures over to the north, and you look. And at the last session, I said this. I kind of forgot to say it this session. Every once in a while, when you're looking far off to the north, you can kind of see. It would be stars if they didn't flicker so much and weren't orange. And there just appears to be like a city or a campground or a whatever, and it's really hard to discern. Like just very, very distant kind of fires. And he gestures and he says, "Hobgoblins and bugbears always make goblin life miserable." They're like, he's like, but they go too far for Shakey. Shakey can't kill them, so Shakey wants to die.
Poor Shakey.
Yeah.
He's cast out by his own kind, wanting to die. Alright.
Yeah.
I've decided that. I'm going to toss him some rations. One ration.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, man. It's kind of the first time that he's really like turned, in your direction. He's just been kind of like looking forward, and as he does, he has this like almost like quivering look of just unrepentant anger and hatred for just the universe. Fairly normal goblin look. But he looks down and he's like got like a tear actually trickling from his face, and then he looks down at the ration and kind of like almost confused and looks at you again. He's like, and he like grabs it and just tears into it like a feral animal.
I'm gonna not narrow
Okay.
on my bow.
You do not have quite the angle on his throat, but you know I won't tell you how to play your character.
I can still see. I can still see a silhouette.
You can still see his neck.
That's all that matters. To me.
So, with my dark vision, do I see him, not the arrow?
No.
Damn it.
Do you walk closer or
With my no dark vision, I don't see you toss him the ration. I just see him eating all of a sudden. Which is why I'm readying my bow.
point.
Yeah, I'm going to start walking up.
Okay,
I'm
go
gonna,
ahead.
I'm going to slowly approach.
Okay.
I'm to here now.
Okay. You feel
Do you follow?
Yeah, I'm following.
You feel fairly certain there's nothing immediately around you, but you also feel isolated because again, everything falls off in the darkness. No
It's a
tree,
wide open space.
Yeah, like in the middle of a field with no grass. You know, it's just kind of given that sense of perspective and kind of the constant cold emanating off the stone ground. Oh yeah, you walk over closely and he's just kind of looking at you right now. He's like, "What you want? You want information?"
Well, I would like information, but
I happen to have a couple more rations with your name on them. If we happen to
bribery.
get some more.
Whenever I look at you glaringly, it's him, not me. It's fine. So if you look at me, I'm like, it's nothing personal.
I'm wondering why do you stay down here, if that's the case?
Can't get out. Way blocked. When Shakey ran away, Shakey came safest way possible and got stuck between two-headed giant she-beast and goblins.
Well, let me tell you a little something about that she-beast. She-beast dead.
She-beast dead?
Gone.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And so she-beast not kill Shakey. You
No.
kill Shakey?
Oh, well, if you want to leave this place and maybe go find something a little nicer than a fire in the middle of a stone area, you can head back the other way.
Shakey die, head back the other way. You die, head back the other way, but where you come from?
That way.
North. He points north. He's like, that way?
No, south.
Am I?
That way?
Yeah.
I'm close enough to hear this conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when he says you die, can I fire my arrow at him?
You can.
It would be a dick move, but you can do it.
So he said, so Shakey said, if I go back that way, I'll die, and if you go that way, you'll die. And so, but if you want to fire an arrow at him, you can.
How literal is our
You can hear his entire sentence if you can hear
Okay.
parts of it.
All right, then I won't. I
Yeah.
won't fire.
He's
my
speaking in common.
arrow. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And let's say Liam blacks out for a minute, comes back and is like, "Oh, the arrow's still here." Like, so you look. I'm sorry. So he says, "You come from two-headed she-beast and stone death trap.
Yep.
How?
A lot of walking.
Shakey go out that way?
You're going to have to be
Yeah.
careful.
Just when you get to the room with the carpet, walk along the edges.
What carpet?
Any carpet.
Any carpet.
Just be careful.
What
The-
carpet?
So, option
Fabric
two...
on the ground.
Why put fabric like? Oh,
Good
like
question.
fancy person rug.
Yes.
Right.
Go around the edges of that room.
Okay.
Option two is you could maybe follow us up through the goblins and die in glorious battle.
We kill goblins?
If they try to kill me.
He stands up, like very menacingly, and turns towards you and like starts wringing his hands. Actually, no, he's got like he picked back up the rat poker and he's like got the stick. He's like wringing the stick with the rat on the end of it. This guy starts like half charred tail whipping around. He's like, we kill Jellyfoot and Red?
Yes. By the way.
If we see them.
Do you ask him?
Yes.
Maybe I can't do this voice forever. Jellyfoot Bugbear, meanest bugbear ever shit from Earth, and he only listens to Red, fiercest, meanest hobgoblin in tribe. he says, we kill them, I help you. Shakey no care if he dies.
I'm in.
How do you feel, fellas?
And you're like, maybe at this moment you're like, Liam?
Where'd he go? I'm gonna give him 3 more rations.
3? Jeez.
Ooh, I'm carrying 15.
I had
People
10.
lighten up on that loot.
He kind of like he kind of doesn't know what to do with them because he doesn't really have a pack, but so he like grabs a scrap of fat, like tears off one of his shoes, which is basically a dirty piece of fabric, and like sets it on there, kind of expertly whips it around and wraps it up and ties it, and kind of like ties it to himself.
So he's got like a sling.
Yeah, like a little sling of rations.
At this point in time, can I like
Shoot him?
completely sneak up behind him
Yeah, man.
and say, if you deceive us, I will kill you?
Yeah. Yeah, he jumps and like looks at you. He's like, surprised I didn't smell you. Says, startled me. Says, yes, you may kill me if I deceive you, if that makes you happy.
Makes me quite happy.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Might
He's like,
even not take this.
he says, you would make good goblin.
Perfect.
Do you guys want to ask him any other questions or talk about him? Talk with him about
Yeah,
anything?
where are this red and jelly?
Do we show him the map?
You don't have to. I'm only doing that for reference for stream. But he says, beyond bridges, beyond spider crab, beyond, oh shoot, what did I call these things? I don't care. Beyond boom boom blast blasts, beyond goblin town in the old stinky dwarven palace. That's where Red and Jellyfoot be.
Boom, boom, blah.
Thank you.
We should head up. Pizza's ready.
Okay, so when we come back from break, we'll continue our conversation with Shakey and see if I can finally wipe you guys.